Our Athlete of the Week awards are presented by our friends at Blue Cross Blue Shield of Wyoming, and this week's girls winner is Payton Yost from Douglas High School. Had an outstanding weekend at the conference championships for the 3A East or Absaraka meet up in Cody. You're named the Athlete of the Year in that conference. You won 2 individual events, helped your team to 2 relays. I guess let's start with, first of all, I kind of have a feeling, but how do you feel you swam last weekend? I got a feeling how you're going to answer this, but how do you feel that you did?
I feel like I swam really well last weekend. I think that conference is one of those meets that we prepped all year for, and it was really nice to swim so well my senior year.
Yeah. Take me through the butterfly race. You win your 3rd conference title. Now, accumulation of titles doesn't necessarily count towards this award, but tell me about that race in particular. What went so well for you?
I think on that race, I really focused on my underwaters. So made sure that I was getting the correct amount of kicks underwater before I came up on the surface and really making sure that I didn't lift my head up on my strokes.
Okay. And then on to the breaststroke. That was your other individual win. And I know that's a little bit of your specialty. Tell me about that race as well.
On my breaststroke, I really like to focus on my turns and my pullouts as well. And then also finishing my kick at the right time. I think that when you take your stroke and finish your kick to shoot forward, that's like the most important part of your breaststroke. So,
What is it about those 2 events that you enjoy swimming?
um, I don't know. I think that those have just always been my events. I've been swimming since I was like 8, and breaststroke's just always been something that I've loved to do. So I'm glad I got to swim at conference.
You're on a couple winning relays as well, one of which set a or broke a 31-year-old school record. Was that a goal of the team going in?
I believe it was. We finally had all of our girls swimming 26s, so it's a good time to break it.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk about, what does it take for you to be successful in the pool, do you think?
Um, I think that endurance is really important with swimming. I think endurance and technique go hand in hand. But I would also say that swimming is a mental sport since it's an individual sport. And so I think just mentally being ready for your race really does a lot for you.
From your perspective, you mentioned it being more individual sport wise. How do you then bring it together for a relay and be part of a team, I guess?
For my team, I think we all get along really, really well. I know I'm super close with all the girls on my team. They're all great people as well as great athletes. And we spend a lot of time together outside the pool as well. So that helps with everything.
What did you take away from being when it was announced that you were the 3A Athlete of the Year in the conference?
Um, that was a huge honor for me. I know that Tara Joyce, who is one of the swimmers I looked up to a lot the past 3 years, had won that award. And so it was just kind of shocking to me that I had the honor of receiving the same thing as she did at one point.
Gotcha. And then for you girls to finish second as a team, how big was that for your squad?
Oh, that was huge. That's kind of been our goal for the past 4 years is we went from a team of 7 my freshman year to now 18
Wow.
my senior year. So conference was amazing for us. Getting to place second was phenomenal.
How do you carry this momentum on, Peyton, as you get ready for the state championships in just over a week?
Um, I think that we learned a lot from our conference relays. We've kind of figured out how we're going to put our girls together. I think at state, I'm going to focus a lot on my underwaters again as well, since that's
Okay.
always something I'm working on. And I don't know, I liked how fun conference was, and I'm just hoping that state has that same energy throughout all the swimmers.
Well, hey, congratulations on a great conference weekend, and I wish you best of luck at state next week.
Thank you.
Our Athlete of the Week awards are presented by our great friends at Blue Cross Blue Shield of Wyoming, and this week's Boys winner is Habtamu Wetzel, who won the Class 4A State Cross Country Championship last Saturday at the Cheyenne Country Club. And Habtamu, thanks for taking a few minutes with me. Take me back to last Saturday. I know you talked with our Frank Gambino after the race, but you've had a little bit more time to process it. How do you feel you ran last Saturday in Cheyenne?
I felt like I ran pretty good. Me and my team have been preparing all season for it. We knew Cheyenne was going to be our competition. We just didn't know how far ahead we were going to be. So we just worked based off of the video that we got for the state preview. We just looked at that and used that as a gauge to train. And we just got used to that course, looked at it, got ourselves familiar with it. Then on race day, we just went all out.
For you, what was kind of your game plan in that race? You're the defending champ. Everybody's trying to dethrone you, including your own teammates. But what was your kind of game plan last Saturday?
So my game plan was to be conservative at the start and just let somebody else lead it out. That didn't end up happening. So after that, I just kept going because that wasn't how the race was gonna like unfold in my head. So I wasn't prepared for that. But I was ready for it once I got the opportunity to take the lead, and then I just kept extending it. I did slow down a little bit in the last mile, but I had enough of a lead so that nobody could catch me.
What has it been like for you to kind of be the front runner most of the year and have people in this state kind of chasing you? How did you deal with that? Maybe mentally more than anything, Optima.
Yeah, well, in Wyoming races, I'm usually in the front, and then when we go to those bigger meets, I'm usually just trying to hold on to that front pack. It's a different feel for like Wyoming versus like other big races that we do, like the Bottom race that we did. I got 8th, and that was my fastest time of the season. It's just a big difference. And when I have to change my running plan for those big races to the smaller races in Wyoming, like state, which isn't our hardest competition race of the season. So my game plan in that race was to be in the front, where for the bigger races, I'm just trying to hold on to that front group.
Gotcha. Take me through racing the country club. Now, it'll be there again for the next few years, but that was the first time anybody had competed on it. So was that kind of weird racing on it for like the first time ever? Not, I mean, you mentioned the video that you guys had watched and planned for, but was it kind of weird that that was the first experience that you'd gotten to have on it?
Yeah, it was because I was based on the video, it looked really flat and then a little hill. But once we started running it, it looked a lot, it felt a lot harder than it actually was.
Gotcha. What was it? Was it kind of weird to have that kind of abrupt turn right there as you head towards the finish line? I want to say maybe like 200 yards or so.
Yeah, it was. One of the runners told me to take it a little bit wide. So I did that, and it did help a little bit for that last turn.
I gotcha. What was it like to repeat as the 4A champ from your perspective?
It feels really good because not that many people have done it. So it feels good to be one of the few people that have. And next year, I'm going for number 3.
There you go. Also, got to ask you about your team success. 5 of you guys in the top 8 after you swept the regional and the 4A West. What do you attribute that success to?
I just attribute that to our workouts because we always hang together in the workouts. It's usually me and Jace in the front, and then our other guys are just right next to us. So we bring all of each other together for the workout. So we're all getting benefits for and getting faster.
Well, it was a pleasure to watch your run. I saw you leading the pack, which just based upon your facial expression, I don't think, as you mentioned earlier, you wanted to be in that lead spot when you passed me about 600 yards in. But hey, congratulations on repeating as the 4A champion. Congrats on the Athlete of the Week honor.
Thank you. Nice talking to you.